So a city attorney in New Orleans drops a joint in court out of his pocket. The cops that take him escort him out the courtroom and stuff is just cracking up laughing. I'm reading up on this stuff, and you can just Google it yourself because I don't have the means to get the link right away to put it in the description. Doing this off of my phone. But now, if you look at statistics, probably about 75 to 80% of our American population smoke weed, so it really don't surprise me. And I know plenty of lawyers that blow trees. It's just kind of funny to me that dude's actually going to bring that into the courthouse with him. And I guess down in New Orleans, it's a municipal offense, so they can just give you a ticket for possession of marijuana. They don't have to take you to jail for that stuff. But that's really going to mess him up on the bar association. But really, marijuana, that's a double-edged sword. A lot of people think we should legalize it and stuff. And you compare it to alcohol versus marijuana, and alcohol does more damage to you, and this and that and the other. I work for a treatment program, and I've actually seen weed take over people's lives, and people being in straight denial about it because they just simply don't want to change. But the real deal is, in my personal opinion, if alcohol is legal, I believe that weed should be legal too. There'd just be another taxable item, something to generate revenue for our country, and there's many more uses for that plant. They actually made a Lotus out of cannabis, and that was a pretty dope looking car, you know what I mean? Dope. Anyway, I just thought that was really funny, and I could get into the black-white issue, because it was a black guy that was a lawyer that ended up dropping that dang joint out of his pocket in court. Back when I smoked, I never had that problem. I would go to the store to get some squares, and I'd accidentally pull my sack out with my money, and the person behind the counter at the gas station would just kind of look at me, and I would put it back in my pocket and say, "Let me get a cigar too, please." Out of all the illicit drugs on the street, I have to say marijuana is probably the most socially acceptable. And there's many different reasons behind that. You condition anybody with any type of mood-changing, mind-altering chemical, pretty much lets their defenses down, so you can put in a spiritual cut whatever you can put in it. Since I haven't smoked weed in a few months, my train of thought's a whole lot more clear. I'm not so damn grouchy. I'm not so damn lazy. I stutter a lot less. The flows that I'm writing actually are a lot better. You see what I'm saying? So there's pros and cons to it. For medicinal purposes, even alcohol is used for medication. But you can abuse anything. You can abuse food. You can abuse water. you can abuse cigarettes. You can abuse coffee. Then when you get into the hardcore drugs like meth and heroin and stuff, them are where the real problems are. But we gotta realize that there is a trickle-down effect where that money goes to. A good majority of that stuff is grown south of the border, and I did research on a guy. I'll look up his name and do a video on him too, about the cartels down in Mexico. And when we buy drugs, we fund them people, and them people are down there killing cats, and that is like terrorism right here, our neighbors to the south. So it just kind of makes me question America on why we would spend money to go all the way to the other side of the world to worry about them people, when we have a military that could take on the drug cartels, stop them, and win the war on drugs in about a year or two. I honestly believe they don't care to do that because there's no oil involved. And that's the honest to God truth. If we stopped the war on drugs, our prisons would quit filling up. People would actually be successful in life, you know. And then the Mexicans to the south would stop killing each other too. And, you know, if we can invade countries like Iraq and Libya, we could actually definitely stop that. Hey, I'm your boy EB. If you fit, lace it up. Make sure you look ugly, get a makeover. I'm out.